So we started that early, didn't we? Hey, welcome to the show. I was sad and crying and emotional just a second ago, but that made me laugh, so that's good. Happy Mario Day. Can't go wrong there. Um, Seriously, though, I'm going to call this one The Pursuit of Happiness with Y. And there's so much I am thankful for. I made some new friends earlier today at the DEC event. Got to hang out with the NHL Red Wings, Detroit Red Wings. Yeah, Hockey Town. If you're listening to this outside of Hockey Town, um, I get to not get all conscious about moving that in the middle of the thing. I got to surprise mom with some goodies. Got some emails out and just all around had a good day, having a good day. And I might have to update the branding because some of you think I'm like this professional studio, like eloquent speaker. I am the biggest quirk in the world. And I've just figured out some colors. I mean, look, we got gold and black, gold and black, gold and black, gold and black. It's not really gold. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but um, this watch is actually rose gold now that I think about it, and this is technically a yellow. But who's paying attention to the details? I am, and so is Expert Authority Effect Publishing because I think I'm going to coin the new term meticulous Mario, which is hilarious for me because I didn't grow up that way. I didn't care. I'm carefree. That's me. Love music, play sax, piano, all this stuff. But when it comes to professional stuff, it's like, yeah, we absolutely go the extra mile. And I would say it's my biggest downfall, too. Perfection is a failure disease, without a doubt. And I tell everyone, don't get stuck in startup mode. Oh, we don't need this. We don't need that. All you got to do is run. I have maybe photos. I don't think anyone was videoing yet when I had my live event. But I threw a pad of paper and pens on the table for all the sponsors and business owners. You know, we're in the middle of the Skyline Club. There's all this stuff. The pictures are in the book. Some of them. There's over like 300. There's only like 8 in the book, but they're all good. And there's all this going on, and people that come on the show say the same thing. Wow, what a professional production, all kinds of yada yada yada. But at the end of the day, I am wholeheartedly a firm believer. I was looking for a pen. All you need is a sheet of paper and a pen, and just start thinking of people. Grab your phone, and just go, who can I help today? Do you want help? Here's how I help. Here's how much it is. Are you interested? That's business in a nutshell. And there are so many opportunities, and a lot has been on my mind and heart recently. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. What was it, last week, 2 weeks ago? Lately, can I just say lately, and we encompass this? I'm still following up with people. Everyone reaching out to get your books done. Thank you so much for the support on the audiobook, the commemorative edition, just the whole I have been putting so much in for so long. You can ask my mom, my sisters, and the closest to me personally, and it didn't happen overnight. And it's so exciting. And I don't want to say overwhelming because I've been anticipating it, like literally praying about it, anticipating it, ready for it, absolutely. And it just had me thinking, like, there was so much good going on that in a crazy world, sometimes it's like, I don't know about you, but I feel like, is this allowed? Because I see people hurting every day, and, you know, I'm praying for them, and I don't like it. But no matter what, I've heard people say, well, you shouldn't rub it in their face, but at the same time, there's other people that are like, you might be the only light that they see shining to give them hope. I'm like, whoa, never thought about it like that. And I think that's why it's on my heart to do this. I had no intentions. I was supposed to change 2 hours ago and relax. But I don't do everything perfect. But I always do it the best. That I can assure you of. And right now, this is beyond imperfect action, but it's on my heart to tell you to not just keep going. And the whole pursuit of happiness. I watched a clip of the movie, great movie. Um, Adele and I will have some jokes with that. The movie's 14 years ago before the world went crazy and certain people went crazy too. But the core message, and I don't want to spoil it. If you haven't seen it, I don't know what rock you've been living under, but sometimes you watch movies for entertainment, and I've always been drawn to them because I'm hyper visual. I remember nearly everything, the settings, everywhere I go. I have a great memory, and it's like, maybe you've experienced it. When you ask me something, you're like, oh yeah, like when I meet people, it's like, oh yeah, it was at the such and such here, like, most people are like, oh, you remember, like, you're in the like top 10%, and yeah, I do. Not only remember, but like everything, all scenarios, which honestly sometimes I wish I could forget, because it's not always good. It's not always good. But it's a superpower. If you're just listening, if you have your ears open, your mind open, and your mouth shut, it's amazing how much, people are afraid of going, oh, what about Google? What about this? What about my email? They're going to get my data. Well, you're giving away all of it every second you friggin' open your mouth. Yeah, I'm sure someone really behave. This is public and national. You really think, are you that, let me rephrase it to the calm version. Are you really that arrogant to think that of all the world issues, someone's concerned about your email? There's only 2 or 3 people I can think of that people are concerned. I can't say that. Shouldn't say that. Should say it. It's hilarious. And even those scenarios, they don't care. So where do you think you rank in the like, you're really that arrogant to think the world literally is revolving around you and your problems? Everyone's got other stuff they're dealing with. They don't even remember in most cases. With that being said, what are you doing to move forward on a daily basis? Okay, that's cool. It's trite. It's cliche. It's all this. Yes, you should be moving forward. I've said it 400,000 times before. And the successful people on the show and this and that and your business and blah, blah, blah. None of it matters. I've been really refining and trying to figure out how to articulate what is it. There's people I knew growing up and earlier on that it seemed like they were struggling. Great-hearted people. Just seemed like they didn't figure out a certain things. And then on the flip side, there's other people who it seems like everything's going well for them. It's not. They figured out the 2% that everyone else doesn't seem to have, but they're miserable in the other 98 in most instances. Okay, I don't like this or this. So it's like, where's this little happy medium? The pursuit of happiness. What does it mean to you? Success. What does it mean to you? I have said enjoy the journey for years. And sometimes you don't. Do your best to enjoy the journey. Sometimes it sucks. But it's not about the destination either. It's about your journey and your destination. The success I experience, I'm very thankful for because it's very customized to me, and I've only been working on it for 2 decades. It might line up with yours. It might not. And that's awesome. I'm going to cheer you on either way. But I think it has something to do with, are you on your path to your success and doing what you can to be the best version of you in the process? And maybe that's why I'm a little excited. There's a call I got to make that I'm not excited about to do, but I am. And I've tried to isolate stuff that if I'm having a real good day, I don't interject any bad. like at all costs, because it's like, how do you have a good day? Don't interject any bad. But you also can't just ignore stuff if you have to address them. That's irresponsible. Okay. But what if most of your days are good? Then you never really, okay, see the thing here? It's like if you have one good day and six bad, it's like, yeah, address the BS whenever. But I want you to have every day good. But if every day is good, who takes care of the bad? Because it's going to happen. Someone's got to deal with it. And are you emotionally at a state, in a responsible state, to handle it and be able to go, okay, I'm not going to keep flip-flopping. We're going to do this, but I'm going to handle that. And for me, I'm excited to say I'm stepping into that more and more, because I've never tried to completely avoid it, but I just hate when everything's going well and then it's like, rah, 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 rah. Like, can someone else deal with this? I can't even comprehend how this person and or individual, or you've probably seen some of my rants on customer service. Like, holy crap on a cracker. Who is training these people nowadays? Did the company just say, let's hire people who are inept and inexperienced and we'll just put them as the leaders, and that's why it's worse when we start training downstream? Or is it just people that are so lackadaisical, they've been around 30, 40, 50 years and they're just not dealing with it? Because I'm like, I was talking, my good friend Melanie, who is it? USA Today, Wall Street Journal. She's another publisher, great company. We're talking about the list, New York Times, Wall Street Journal, bestseller. USA Today issued this thing. They no longer have a bestseller list. There's not enough staff or some jazz like that. And I'm like, I am confident you and I could solve this in like a few hours. Best I can tell, it's been a year later and they still haven't fixed it's USA Today. You know, a small company no one's ever heard of. What is going on? And I watched that clip from when I saw it in the movie, and I'm just like, and I want to tell you about it and share it, but I don't want to tell you about it because I feel like you may have not have seen it, saw it. Thank God for my editors. Please don't correct me on that. Like, if that's all you're getting out of everything I've said, God bless you. Do you want to come work for us? Because you clearly have a passion for that. However, I'd argue you may be missing the bigger picture and point, but everyone has their role. And if that's what you choose to do, God bless you. I'm always looking for more people for the publishing in my business and whatever. I seen it. I saw it. I enjoyed it. Whatever the case is. I want to make a sizzle reel of everything I feel just from like little movie clips. And one of them would be from The Pursuit of Happiness when he goes, this is happiness. And it's not because of any one thing other than, best I can tell, he set out to do something, and despite all odds, he did. And I remember hearing Christopher Gardner on stage in person. Nice guy. And it's just like, this is a real story. This is a real person. And so are you, and so am I. Why can't we be in the history books? Why can't we be the inspirational ones? You know, the Marianne Williamson poem. I'd love to get her on the show. I know some of you know her and stuff like that. Miriam, if you see this, you're welcome. Let me know. I think it's not that we're self-evident. Of course, now when I need it. I did one episode where I recited like 2/3 of it. I'm just going to pull it up. It's beautiful. Farewell to love. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are we not to be? You're a child of God. Your playing small doesn't serve the world. There's a modified version in Coach Carter. And it brings me to tears because it's like, Our deepest, of course, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is we're more powerful than beyond measure. How many people are playing victim and playing small? God gave you the seeds of greatness. And I know when I feel it, it's like you're on track, keep going. And then there's other times I want to go sit in a corner. And then every other day is somewhere in between. And I used to call it my Super Mario invincibility star. There's times I was like, you can't touch me. And I often feel like that. Today is probably one of them. But it also reminds me, it's like, okay, who's with me feeling like this? If you've made it to a point of whatever it is, whether it's sports business or whatever, like, okay, you're at the top. Are you going to send the elevator back down? I had the same feeling years ago on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday afternoon, middle of the week, on the Wave Runner, beautiful day on the lake, just enjoying it. Didn't have to report to the office. It was my office, and I didn't want to be in it. And I looked around. I'm like, this is gorgeous. How blessed am I? And no one was there. All the people I wanted there were at work. And that was the decision. I decided, okay, I'm having fun. I'm going to sell this and double down on business. And I've been working since then. Because if you're doing this thing alone, you're missing the point. Respectfully. Who are you bringing with you? If you have a gift, talent, ability, you've figured out something more than the average person. What are you doing to maximize it, leverage it, and leave a greater impact? And I appreciate you for listening, because this is helping me too. Between you and me, this is a new, not the one I've been sharing. I'm holding up. It might look the same, but I actually this just came in the last couple of days, and I'm very excited about it. If when you order this on Amazon, this is actually the copy you'll get. You should still get the Super Sexy Edition commemorative. But I'm very happy with these, and that's what the publishing, I feel at my core, I've been trying to articulate more. I am articulating it. I'm not trying anything. I know what I'm doing. Why is it so personal to me when so many people are like, oh, everyone's on Amazon nowadays. Yeah, but everyone's in business too. Everyone has cars. Everyone knows how to talk, and people know how to drive, but it doesn't mean you have a Lamborghini, know how to use it. You're a race car driver, and anyone wants to listen to you. All books are not equated equal. What the heck did I just say? All books are not created equal. That should be a thing. Someone, if you're on my team and you're listening to this, let's design something for that. And if you're not and you still wrote it down, let me know. You sound like someone that should be. I'm telling you right now, if you're hearing this, I'm looking for more editors, designers, video. I can't tell you everything, but I'm looking for more of the right people. And it has nothing to do with day present. Everything's great as is. I'm just getting started. I'm looking for more of the right people. And if you know of anyone who have a connection, please let me know, because there's more people that need help, and to manifest the vision God gave me for this and reach the people I want to. I'm going to have to scare myself at least one more time, if not a couple. And I'd love for you to be part of it, and we leave a dent on this ball of mud. So I will, in conclusion, leave with henceforth said, some of you are probably stroking out over this. I just wish actually I can. I have the capability. I just want to put on this, like, pat you on the head and put there, and have THYRE, THEIR, and THERE. I'm not trying to be anything I'm not, but I have polished the rough edges, and I know I've improved on what I have started with. But at my core, I used to walk up the steps when I was, 10 or 12 and say, I'm doing the best with what I've been given to be the best me I can be. Like, who does that at that age? I'd walk up the steps with food and go play video games, but in my mind, I was, like, saying crap like that. And of course, then I had to go kill King Koopa and all that. So I don't know if it's Super Mario Day or Mario Day or March 10th Day or whatever, but one, you can't go wrong with Mario. Number two, you can't go wrong with Italian. That one works better at dinner parties when there's salad around. Um, Gosh, I hope you're having some fun and humor. There's so much I could say about life and people and humanity and technology. If you have an aspect to you that is clearly part of you, don't you dare turn it down for anyone. Maybe learn you don't need to have it turned on 24/7 in all situations. But for me, I love people. I love finding ways to help. I love music. I love God, my family and friends. What I do, my business, like I get to help awesome people be even awesomer and leave a lasting impact. That's cool. Wouldn't be doing it after decades if I didn't really truly love it. But I feel like there's so many people that are watering themselves. I used to say this all the time. I have an IQ of 187 and I have to dumb myself down to be relatable. I think that's BS. Shine bright like a diamond. Thanks, Riri. Who the heck is better off with you watering yourself down? And I think that's why I've been getting emotional, because I'm frankly a little upset and pissed with myself that I did, because I can pinpoint the times when I was like, maybe they're right. Maybe they're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're wrong, and you were wrong the whole time. Shame on me for listening. I'm not standing for it anymore. So the movies, don't you dare tread on people. And it better not be anyone I know or is in my vicinity. I'll kick you in the throat. Back to what I was saying. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. There's a couple movies. One of them is Mean Girls. It's a great movie. If you don't like it, shut up. My show. Where they talk about the venom. And I think it was after they break the vase or something, like sucking the venom out. And it's like, what venom do you have in your life that you're running from and hiding from? We all do. You're hiding from it. I am. I was. The last few weeks I've been hiding from it less and less. And I'm so excited to be on the other side to say, hey, you can do it too. Maybe I wasn't supposed to do it 20 years ago, even though it was never a problem, and then it became a problem, and then I had to fix it. There's that. There's pursuit of happiness. Like, it's no one else's journey but yours, as long as you're on track. And I don't mean you're on track and getting off track. I mean you go, here's where I want to go, and I'm at least going in that direction. It doesn't have to... what is the quote? I have all this stuff, but I'm trying not to repeat stuff. Like, I'm speaking from the heart here. There's something on, and I'm tired of saying on such and such, or even the word that starts with an S, social. Because it's like, I don't know, it just seems trite. But it was talking about God gives you the vision. It's not up for debate. It's not an announcement for the whole room. I'm sure I'll mention it on a future episode more concise, but it's like, it's your vision, not everyone else's. But there's some play on words like every or everyone. Like, your vision is for you, not everyone, but it's smoother, like, alliteration than that. And then the other one's Con Air. I don't know if you've seen that movie. It's not really an inspirational one, but is it? I think it is. I think it's great. There's one part that stuck with me this whole time. It was on the thing at the gym recently, and it's the part where, again, I don't want to... If you haven't seen it, like, I think there should be a cap. Like, if it's over 20 years, I shouldn't feel bad, but he gets shot, and he's like, oh no. And he's like, no one knows if he's going to make it or not. And He's like, all I can think is, he's like, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. And he's like, I don't know if I am. All I can think of is, I don't know if God exists. And unfortunately, I think there's so many of you that feel that way, and I'm here to tell you he does. And then Nicolas Cage goes, I'm going to show you God does exist. And then it's pretty awesome what happens next. You should see it if you haven't, but it's like, how many people are willing to fight? And it doesn't need to mean you're going to get in a gunshot battle. But if you need to, are you willing? Or are you just going to roll over when someone says roll over? It has more to do with the mindset and attitude. Like, but how far are you going to take this? You know, it was a snowy day today, and some people... I remember going on the Wave Runner when it was storming out. It was beautiful. You get rain from above and below. Who wouldn't like that? Oh, we're supposed to get a little bit of flurries. Oh, the temperature drops 6 degrees. We better stay inside our entire lives. I'm not telling you to go ride a hurricane like, what's that Bill West cowboy, Legends of the Disney movie? Whatever. I'm sure one of you will tell me. But it's not... Bill, Tall Tales or whatever. I'm not going to say the other one. He's from Silence of the Lambs. But what are you willing to do? What are you willing to fight for? I guess that's it. You know, you're never going to be on reach whatever success is to you or the pursuit of happiness if you're not even fighting for it. My good friend Michael Anthony, he put earlier today on his post a real good question. I'm not going to admit that he may or may not have been driving. Maybe I was at a red light, maybe not. We'll see. What do you think is missing from entrepreneur and business owner podcasts? I was like, that's a great question. And I said, the faith and belief. Let me do this. Move it here. Third screen. The faith and belief. Everyone I know or interviewed with a discernible level of success has had it all fall apart, get worse, and then collapse. Why are they still here, and what kept them going? Some of y'all hit a speed bump, or the light turns red an extra minute, and you're like, well, never taking this route again. Okay, well, what do you do next time when the same thing happens? You're at a four-way cross. You just killed one option. We're going to go this route. Something bad happens. Never do that again. Go this route. Go that route. And all you do is you create the box you're living in. I had a bad experience at a fast food joint one time. Can't say the name, but the initials are BK. Driving to a business meeting, had a burger. It was great. And then I didn't feel so good a few hours later. You know what I did the next day? Went right back. Maybe about a week later, now that I think about it. Same meeting, a week later, went right back to it. I would have went back the next day. It wasn't really in my vicinity of living. But I go, I am not going to be afraid and live in fear for the next however 100 many years of never eating here or never going here. Or what if I took another thing? I'm never having a burger again. Some of you might love that. But my point is, it's like, what is that one little thing that you now turned into a stronghold or a mountain that you're not getting past because it's some BS scenario that happened 900,000 years ago that wasn't even the way you thought it was, but it just came that way, and then in your mind got worse. I'm never going there again. I'm never having a burger again. You could even take it as far and perverted as I'm never eating food again or anything that lettuce, tomato, bun, whatever else was on it. Like, I've heard some of the strangest stories, and it's like, where in God's green earth did you get this? This is the like, I have seen movie scripts that are off the wall, entertainment comedies that make more sense this scenario. You did what? Steph, I sent you that video last week. My niece, love her. My Shamrock Shake? Hmm? And it was like, this was supposed to be a funny video. It was this lady doing 106 miles an hour in a school zone. Okay. I may or may not know what it's like to go that fast. I cannot confirm or deny any of this. But in a residential school zone, in a residential and then school zone, the whole thing, it went from the caption headline to this convoluted story. I was like, wow, this is hilarious. Sent it to her, and then it was like, and she had seen it, saw it, whatever, hiring. And there's all these things. I'm like, okay, now it goes this level. It went from like a joke and funny to, oh, this is like, huh. And then it got to like third level real, where it's like, okay, this is past being funny. It's like kind of convoluted because it's real. And then it went like 17 layers deeper. You ever have that happen? Where it's like, it just goes so off the wall. You're like, I don't know if I should laugh anymore, feel bad, like start a campaign, start a charity. Like, what the heck am I thinking here and feeling? It's like, it's so convoluted. You don't know, is this what I call bucket C comedy? Is this like, call the police, start a camp? It was just like on so many levels. And I feel like there's more people than not that are in those scenarios. So if you're a business leader, if you have any discernment of intelligence, if you've ever thought about sharing your message, if you've ever thought about doing anything, please do it. I feel it's far and few, even though I know a lot of great people, and it's like the only people getting on the show and in my inner circle and knowing me on a personal level that get that opportunity, like, and it's thousands, tens of thousands, 4,000 plus in my cell phone alone, tens of thousands that I've encountered and know that I could say, yeah, I know of them and they're good. And I'd like to think there's hundreds of thousands, if not millions worldwide I haven't discovered yet. That's exciting. But the point is, out of 7 trillion billion people, that's still, I don't know, 1.5%, 2%, maybe 10. No matter what, I just venture to say there's more people that need help than less. Because even the people I know that are helping still need help, just in different departments. So, and that's kind of what I opened this with up. Just enjoy the entertainment. I am. It doesn't have to make sense. I hope I'm living proof that it doesn't need to. If I'm doing this any bit subconsciously to make you more be relatable or anything, great. Maybe this is me. But I think it's more, I really am trying my best all the time, and no one is perfect. So just cut that crap out and stop. Because I'm not going to get into details of earlier today, but there was a lot of high-level people, and there was other people that I think they got gifted in or whatever, which is cool. I actually was kind of upset with myself I didn't invite more people, and everything in between, and we were all sitting at the same table, all breaking bread, all having lunch, all having this killer dessert, let me tell you, boy. And it was just like, we're all just people. Instead of trying to be something or someone, just be. Instead of trying to be a character or the character, maybe have character. You know, there's something on your heart right now that you know you should be doing. Do it. There's a quote I came up with. It still feels incomplete, but it kind of rhymes and makes sense. Do that which you don't. And it's like parentheses want to, but that doesn't rhyme. What are you afraid of? Do it. Who do you have to make a call to? I still have one. I'm in such a good mood now, I don't want to. But it was on my goal list. There's actually a couple. One of them is just more of an annoyance. It's not really... It's going to make me the best me I can be for you. It's very emotional. I don't want to. Not looking forward to it. But God, if this isn't going to be a great story of breaking chains and overcoming, and I just can't wait to be able to say, you know what, I did it. You can do it too. Because there's about 99 other things I have done it in. This is one last final area. And it's been a personal annoyance. And I'm so sorry it wasn't done sooner. But maybe this is what I needed. I don't know. God's in control. But you can do it too, I assure you. And then there's a couple of where it's like, I need to do it, don't really want to, but it's just kind of there. And then some other ones, I hope I just text you later and we have fun and joke and send me more comedy stuff. I absolutely love it. So this went a couple minutes longer than I thought, but this is what I'm doing. This is me. And you know what? It's been me ever since I sat in my trunk chaining up subwoofers a couple years ago in high school. I really love what I do and who I get to help. I don't feel bad I'm not doing something else. And what I'm referring to is it's March 10th, it's Friday, and it's an evening. And this is generally when most people are out for the weekend and partying and this and that. And I love that. Like, if it was summer, I probably would be on the boat or about to get ready to do it or coming in from it. But you know what? I've never regretted anything I've done where I put time and energy and effort into something. And it's crazy. It's not within reach because all the dozens of new books are on it. But, you know, I have a book from over 10 years ago that people still enjoy. You know how crazy that is? If you're going to put effort into something, and people ask me, the podcast doesn't do it and video doesn't do it. It's got time. It's best thing you can do is a book. You know I got video. You know I got podcast. You know I got it all. And it's mainly to know what the heck's going on, so when you ask, I can show you the right ways. But there's nothing that beats a book. And the people who are speakers who don't have it, you really should. And if you have a book and you're not speaking, you really should. And everything else in between, you're putting a lot of time, energy, and money into it. You better show me the KPIs and ROIs and conversion rates, and I'll have my ads manager double check all of that. But time is precious. You only get it once. How are you spending it? How are you investing it? Glad to be here with you. Thank you for the opportunity to serve. It truly is an honor, and I'm just getting warmed up. All right. Have a great